see, Strobe Talbot, the head of this institution, has observed that the leadership appears to be somewhat weak right now in the sense that leaders aren't that popular in their own countries and aren't that strong when you compare to some past episodes. And it leads one to puzzle why that might be the case. I think it surely differs from place to place. And if any, Angela Merkel is a strong and popular leader. But I think something that is, maybe it was true in the 20s and 30s, Barry can say, but I think that there's a new phenomenon, which is that no national leader right now really has the instruments under their control to assure their people of all the things that their people want because of the interconnectedness of the world. Both the globalization of trade, but also not just on the opportunity side, but on the risk side. There are so many things that can happen abroad and be transmitted. So I guess my hypothesis is that national leaders won't be stronger until international cooperation and collective action is stronger. To me, that is an argument for the G20 and it taking an important role. It's an argument for the use of the reliance on institutions like ours to convene. What we do mainly is convening central bank governors and finance ministers to try to puzzle through these kinds of issues, to try to deal with problems. I do think it's our job. I think, personally, and I think our institution believes that there are still huge benefits to global integration and connectedness, if nothing more than the promise for emerging market countries and developing countries to accelerate their growth rates and someday converge to advanced country living standards. That, I think, is a huge opportunity and will only happen at a rapid clip if the interconnectedness is maintained. But I think whether it's the 20s or the most recent crisis, we see the risks of interconnectedness. And so managing those, finding the opportunities, capitalizing on the opportunities, and managing the risks can't be done by President Obama, it can't be done by David Cameron, it can't be done by Jean-Claude Juncker. They can only do that together.
David, can I echo that briefly?
And then Ian Talley in the back.
That no national policymaker had the tools necessary to resolve the crisis in the 1930s under the gold standard, and they dealt with that by abandoning the gold standard, imposing capital controls, imposing trade protectionism, which is one way to regain control at the cost of globalization. International cooperation, in principle, would have been the other way.